In this video, we are going to learn about, we're going to go over some order of operation problems. Let's begin. So we just need to simplify these 7 expressions. And remember, how do we simplify? Well, it's PEMDAS, right? Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, which is if you have multiplication and division at the same time. Multiplication does not always go first. Sometimes division will go first. You just have to go from left to right. And then AS, and that is addition, subtraction, and again, you don't always add first. They're both on the same level, so sometimes you'll subtract first. It depends on what's furthest to the left. You always go from left to right when you are checking for MD and also for AS. So, all right, let's begin. Example 1, we've got 3 plus 4, parentheses 5. What does this mean? That means multiplication. So 4 times 5, actually probably easier if I just highlight what I'm working on. So 4 times 5 is just 20. And I bring down the plus and the 3. Yeah, so first I did that, and now I'm just doing 3 plus 20, which equals 23. That's our answer. All right, next one. PEMDAS, no parentheses, no exponents, multiplication and division. Yes, we have division and we have multiplication. So which one do we do first? Not always M. You go left to right. So we're going to do 24 divided by 2 first. And that equals 12. Let's bring down the times, the 3, the plus, the 4. All right, 4 plus 12 times 3. Multiplication beats addition, so we do that. It's 36. Bring down the plus, 4. And then that is just 40. There it is. Next, let's do, we've got 2 sets of parentheses. What do we do there? Well, here's kind of a shortcut. Some of you may be thinking, oh, well, you go left to right first. Actually, it kind of doesn't matter. You can do each of them at the same time if you'd like, and that'll actually save you some time. So we have this parentheses. This is 1 plus 2 on the inside, and you'll see a second power on the outside, and you may be thinking, well, exponents go first, so it's 2 to the second power first, right? No. If you look at that, the second power is outside the parentheses, so you don't do that first. You have to do what's inside the parentheses first. So I'm actually going to do this, and I'm going to do this at the same time because there's 1 plus 2, and there's also 3 minus 1. They're both on the same level, so 1 plus 2 is just 3. 1 plus 2 is just 3. Bring down the parentheses in the second power. 3 minus 1 is 2. Bring down the parentheses, the third power. Let's bring everything else down too. The times, the 8, the plus symbol. All right, basically all done with the parentheses because there's nothing left inside to do. So let's do exponents. Which one should we do first? It kind of doesn't matter. You can also kind of a shortcut. You can do them both at the same time. So 3 to the second power and 2 to the third power. You can do them both at the same time. 3 to the second is 3 times 3, which is 9. 2 to the third power is not 6. It's not 2 times 3. It's 2 times 2 times 2. And 2 times 2 is 4. Times 2 again is 8. So 2 to the third power is 8. Let's bring down everything else. The times, the 8, and the plus. Now I have 9 plus 8 times 8. What do I do first? Well, multiplication beats addition. So that's 64. Bring down the plus, bring down the 9. And then, that's it. 9 plus 64, 16, that's 73. All right. Let's go ahead and go to example number 4. In this one, we've got something weird going on. We've got a parentheses, but inside of that parentheses is like an exponent. So that beats addition. And right outside of that is like this little exponent right there as well, which is kind of weird, but basically you do everything inside first, and then you'll apply that exponent, that third power afterward. But inside the parentheses, we have 2 plus 3 to the 0 power. We do PEMDAS inside the parentheses, so the exponent goes first. It's 3 to the 0 power, which is not 0. It's not 3. It is actually 1, because anything raised to the 0 power is 1. Bring everything else down. That's plus. the 2. Some people actually just simplify the inside and they write everything else down, which is kind of a nice shortcut, but I'm just going to write everything for the benefit of our audience. Okay, we still have the parentheses to deal with, so we do 2 plus 1, which is 3. Bring everything else down, the parentheses, the third power, the plus, the 2, the minus symbol, the 30. All right, I think we are done with everything inside the parentheses, so we do the exponents next. 3 to the third power, which is not 9. It's not 3 times 3, it's 3 times 3 times 3. Remember that, all right? So what is that? That is 20. Sorry, I forgot to do the little arrow things. That is 27. Bring down the plus, bring down the 2, bring down the 30, bring down the minus. So what goes next? Do we do 27 plus 2? No, we do not. AS stands for addition and subtraction, and it's not always addition that goes first. When you have both of them, you go from left to right. So 30 minus 27 is what we do next. And that gets us 3. Bring down the plus, the 2, and then finally, last row, 3 plus 2 is 5. All right, speaking of 5, let's do example number 5. We've got 19 minus 2 to the third power times 5 divided by 10 plus 6 divided by 3. This is complicated, no parentheses, but we do have an exponent right here, so we're going to deal with that one first. 2 to the third power is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 2 times 4. 2 is 4, times 2 again is 8. Bring everything else down, the minus, the 19, the times, the 5, the divided by, the 10, the plus, the 6, the divided by, the 3. All right, now next, no more exponents, so we do multiplication and division. We have some multiplication right here, some division right here, some division right there. Which one do we do first? Well, we go from left to right, and there is some shortcuts that we can take, but I'm not going to show you them right now because otherwise it's too confusing. So we go left to right. We do this one first. That is 40. Bring down the division, bring down the 10, bring down the plus, the 6, the divided by, the 3, the minus sign, the 19. All right, left to right again. 4 divided by 10, which is, whoops, not 4. Should have written 40. 8 times 5 is 40, not 4. Haha, sorry, mistake. 40 divided by 10 is 4. Let's bring everything else down. The plus, the 6, the divided by, the 3, the minus sign, the 19. Okay, what's next? We still have division right here, so got to take care of all of it. By the way, some of you may think like, oh, could I have divided that on its own before? Yes, you can. But let's not worry about that. You'll figure out the shortcuts as you do more of these kinds of problems and get them right. But there we have 19 minus 4 plus 2. What do we do first? We go, well, we have subtraction and addition, which is on the same level, which means we go left to right. We start with 19 minus 4, which gives us 15 plus 2, which is our last step. 15 plus 2 is 17. And that is our answer. Let's do the last two problems. Let's do number 6. Number 6 is an interesting one because we've got like this division bar or fraction bar. Basically deal with the top and the bottom at the same time. You almost can treat them like if they both have like parentheses or brackets around them. Remember how we said before, you can do both of them at the same time? You can basically do the same thing right here. So I'm just going to write below. I'm just going to write to the side first. Like, here we go. So on the top, I'm going to deal with 5 square. Well, actually, let's do this. Deal with 5 square first, which is 25. Bring down the plus and the 4. Let's see, 25 plus 4. Well, that just equals 29, right? So actually might be easier if you work these sideways. That's 4 plus 29, which equals, 4 plus 25, which equals 29. On the bottom, we have 10 minus 7, which is 3. So we have 29 divided by 3. I'm guessing this probably was supposed to say 5 plus 25 square and get me an even 30, but it doesn't. So I end up with 29 minus over 3. Can I do much with that? Well, I could turn it into a mixed number, I suppose. How many times does 3 go into 29? It goes in almost 10 times. It goes in 9 times. 9 times 3 is 27. So we just kind of have to subtract 27. And what are we left over with? We are left over with 2 over 3. Now, oftentimes you can actually leave this answer as an improper fraction. They're both sort of considered okay in this case. Let's do number 7, our last one. We have 2 plus 8 divided by 2 times 2, and on the bottom 18 divided by parentheses 4 plus 5. Goodness gracious, at the top we deal with this one first, and that gets us right below. That gets us 4, and then we have 2 plus 4 times, sorry, that plus is not clear, 2 plus 4 plus 4. We're just going to do a multiplication dot for times 2. There we go. Now it doesn't look so confusing. Next I'm going to do the 4 times 2, which gives me 8, and I still have to add 2 to that, which gets me 10. So that is the top portion. So if I want to rewrite that, I put a 10 on top. On the bottom, do this in green. I have 18. I have the parentheses first, which is, I'm going to actually even do this different color, 4 plus 5. Gets me 9, parentheses still, division symbol, and the 18. And so what does this mean? 18 divided by parentheses 9. Oh, that's just 18 divided by 9, because there's nothing I can do with the parentheses. If there was a number right next to it, I would multiply, but there isn't. So it's just 18 divided by 9, which is 2. The bottom is 2, so it's 10 divided by 2. What is 10 divided by 2? It is 5. Huh, look at that, another 5. So the only answer that was kind of weird was number 6 over here, but aside from that, everything else worked out kind of nicely with pretty nice numbers. Go ahead and try some problems on your own.